I've told people before that this pond fills overnight. This is 4,000 gallons. And people had a hard time believing me, but the monsoons hit so hard. Look, 4,000 gallons. This is going to be probably full, and it'll start to overflow into the livestock pond on the other side there. This is all a swell that's full. So it all collects down the road here. It's kind of piled up there, but it's draining into the pond. The entire homestead, look, the whole driveway out there is leading in here. This is all swells along the road. And then all the land sweeps down to this area that I started digging a recharge pit. So it's filling up nicely. I've never had that much water out there. And now we're gonna go check the demi-lunes. Look how fast the water's moving in down this is the swell I dug, and it goes all the way out to the front gate. Look at it just coming in, thousands of gallons. The swells and all the demi-lunes are brim full. You see these? These are a foot deep. They're about 10 feet long, 5 feet deep this way, a foot deep this way, and they're full all the way up to the gate, just like they were supposed to. And look, this part I carved out like it was a larger pond. I've been expecting to pond this out. That's exactly where it's collecting. Huge pond right here. Look, I'll show you. This is how deep it is. Way deep down here. So all these carve outs are just bringing the water down to the pond. Oh, hey guys. Boy, you're wet, huh? You been playing out here? You been playing out here? See, look over at the stable, nice and dry. But this is all purposely directing the water into the homestead, into the pond. And then there's an overflow for a natural pond. We'll see if it fills enough to overflow. That'd be insane. This is so much water. So now I can see better. It's never flooded like this. So that was a real good storm, and it lets me know that, see, I started a pond on that side that digs out, so I know I'm gonna want to bring it like clear up to here, and that way it'll keep the water off the road. And on this side, the dugout goes around that way. I'll just dig a big old pond over here, and that'll keep the water off of that side. This will all soak up pretty quick, but this is wild. Huh, guys? That's a lot of water, huh? So just for a recap, see these dig outs all the way down the driveway. So much water collected in them that it's all flowing into the pond where I'm storing that water. And I knew that it'd be too much, so I've also directed, you see how there's heavy water collection over there? That's falling into the recharge pit. And then this spot You see how I piled it up like that? The intention here is, I have a carve out here that you can't see, it's underwater. The intention was to do the same on the other side. So this will be a massive pond as planned. That's where the livestock pond is going to be out there, and then any overflow from it comes to the recharge pit. The weather forecasted about 1/4 inch of rain, by the way. See, so these swells are just still heavily flowing, and there's so much coming through that it's actually using the driveway too, which is totally fine. And you know, these will continue to get deeper. I can only do so much at a time with a shovel by hand, you know. But see this pot, I'm gonna redo the fence soon, and that's supposed to just be a big old pond out there that the horses could run in if they want to. See this spot, if you think about it, this is where I thought most of the water would sit, where the pond is supposed to be, and therefore where a recharge pit would be ideal. The plan is to make this about 5 feet deep, fill it full of rock, let it recharge, put a well in there. I might be able to hold water. Maybe it'll hold water and I can pump it out. And if not, I can still recharge my land so that it has lots of water underneath. So there's a swell down the back of the homestead here. See the swells come down around the way here. And after that whole tour, still thousands and thousands of gallons. So I've told people before that this pond fills overnight. This is 4,000 gallons. And people had a hard time believing me, but the monsoons hit so hard. Look, 4,000 gallons. This is going to be probably full, and it'll start to overflow into the livestock pond on the other side there. Once this fills completely, there's this large carve out over here. So this can all fill and act as a pond as well. Or not a livestock, just an overflow, like wildlife could come get a drink there. In addition to all that, the garden has carve-outs that naturally fill with water as well. Since this is about the most rainfall I've ever had at once, I figured I'd show you guys the base of the water tower, and you can see, because I put in huge footers and a concrete pad, it's holding up well. This is the driest time of the year, so I'm really looking forward to some more monsoons. You can subscribe so you don't miss future videos. And don't forget to check out my website for my free ultimate guide to off-grid living.